I think that's a great finish to this sit down. And I would ask you just in a
Sure.
few words, just to how to describe the final words on how to describe the expectation versus reality. What advices would you have for expectations versus reality to other people, and overall, that learning experience, how opposite was from what you knew? Because again, I don't know many people that bought 10 properties, and this has been the 11th.
I don't know if any of our friends here had what you would consider a bad experience. I think it's all in your expectations. We didn't know what to expect. One glitch, and we were lucky. Everything went pretty much the way we expected it to, or better. I think you just have to be diligent in doing your research and trusting the people, and have trust in the people that you're working with. We were very pleased with lawyers that we used for immigration and for real estate. They were both fabulous in their field. We were really pleased with the real estate persons, and we're good friends with both of them now. So our process, and because we knew them, if we had questions, we just called them. They get right back to us, clarify, say do this, this, and this. So I think it's all in your expectations.
I see.
Because we really didn't rent, we lived in a hotel. We didn't have that experience. We know people that rented for a while they were looking, were never happy with their rented, loved their house.
I think it had to do with the amount of research that we did. Again, you can't say we did research for 12 months because we were in lockdown for almost 12 months. So we were doing research, 16, 18 hours a day for 12 months, which is very different than what most people
that's like
do.
2-3 years of due diligence
and
process.
Because of that, everything was to our expectations because we knew what to expect.
But also, at the time we were doing the research, the videos, the YouTubes, except for yours and just a few others, were never updated. So you were looking at properties online that were priced 8 years prior to you looking at that video. There were no new videos coming out. There were no updates to the information that was online. Well, online was a little bit better, but on YouTube or the visual types of research that you wanted to use, everything when we started we started looking 2019, was at that point very dated. So the pricing was, from what we were looking at, seemed very, very, very cheap. When we got here, not so much. It was still less than what we were used to, but not as represented on the older YouTube videos. We just started looking at videos again just to see what's around and what we missed. And they're updated, they're much better quality. The information seems to be much better over the last year than it had been prior to last year, going back 3 years. So the way you get your information has changed. So I think people have access right now to better information than we had when we first started, which didn't prevent us from just doing our due diligence. Learning about the banking, learning about the visa, just having your visa, what it takes to get a bank account, what it takes to buy a property. Sometimes you're caught in that catch-22. We couldn't get our initial bank account here because we didn't have a property. We were living at the hotel. They wouldn't accept the hotel address as our permanent address because we were only going to be there for 2 months. So they wouldn't give us the bank account, but we needed the bank account to transfer the money to buy the house. That would give them the contract to open up the bank account. So that kind of went around in circles. And once you understand that Panama is all about the process, there are rules, and if you follow the rules,
You'll do fine.
yeah, it's all okay. It's different than what we're used to, but it's not worse than what we're used to.
I
It's
see.
just
Different.
not the same. So now nothing bothers us anymore. You know, the tax laws changed. We need new documents. No problem. We made contacts. We found someone who could do that for us. We filed our papers. We were done. So nothing is a problem. I think that our expectations weren't far off
They were
from
very-
what we expected.
There were very few surprises. Because we spent so much time doing the research, we knew what to expect. Boquete is very different than any place we've lived in the United States.
And you knew the shopkeepers, and when you went into a restaurant, everything was familiar. And-
We go into a restaurant or a shop here, they know us by name. Everybody. And after, in Florida, you go in 2 weeks in a row, there's a different waitress, there's a different maitre d', everything changes, everything is moving constantly. They want that table back in 45 minutes, and when you come back again next week, nobody knows who you are because everyone is new. Here, this is a career. You walk in,
Yeah.
and they greet you because he's the owner.
They ask you for the usual.
Yes,
They-
they know.
Yeah, they
We
know.
go, into
You
a
know,
we go into a
retro-
restaurant, he puts out 2 glasses and a bottle of red. As soon as we walk in.
Yeah.
All I
Don't
do is
even
say,
ask us anymore.
I call him by name, we say hello. That's all we do. We sit down, and he puts it on the
They
table.
just know. And that's very nice. But as far as the house goes, if you do your research, you set out your priorities, do your research, I don't see.
But it is different. It is different. And if you're not,
If you're
that-
not used to big changes or to
the
different
changes aren't going to be that big, but they are different. And it's a country of rules. Okay? In the United States, there's always a way around the rule. Yankee ingenuity.
Yeah, I think
Here, it's by the rule. And as long as
when the
everybody's following the rules.
when the realtor said to us, "I'm not writing your contract, you have to go to the lawyer." He said, "What do you mean? You're a realtor." And she said, "We don't do that here. You have to go to the lawyer." I said, "Really?" That was a quantum leap for us. And then you say, "Are they giving me the right information?" We've never really gotten bad information from anybody that we have worked with. Is it luck? I don't know. We were careful. We did speak to people who had spoken to other people, and we were very happy with that. So for us, we would do it again in a
And it's
heartbeat.
a very laid back way of life. You drive through town and 2 guys see each other going opposite directions and they stop and talk out the window.
Talk about the
And you're behind them. And
just
that's just the
wait.
way it is.
talk about the honking.
Yeah,
They have
that was
They have a
interesting.
whole honking etiquette. You
So
know?
how's that?
I stopped and I let somebody make a left turn and he honked me. And, in the States, what is he honking me for? I just did him a favor. And that's a thank you honk. You have to understand the different honks.
So okay, so there are more than one.
You drive down the street and somebody's honking. How am I can't go any faster. No, he's honking because he saw his friend on the street. He's
Yeah,
saying-
he's honking for his
and,
friend.
and there's a whole honking etiquette here that you have to. It's a language. It's not an etiquette. It's a language.
It's also the light tilts.
The lights.
Yes.
When there's a cop on the direction
Yeah.
that you're going, the other guy lets you know they tilt the
Exactly.
lights.
Oh no, but they also flash you. They stop so you can make a left turn because they know there's a lot of traffic and he's not going anywhere anyway. So he stops and he flashes you so you can make your left turn.
And conversely, when we came here and we're learning about the taxis, and we were told you negotiate the price up front, you ask, how much it is. I said, really?
Yeah.
That was new to us. We never negotiated.
So if you like this clip, you have to watch this other clip. And if you want to watch the full playlist of clips, click here. Thank you for watching. Take care.